So we're gonna prepare to and we'll defend that with our lives to the death. I have no problem. I would love to go out in a blaze of glory. I don't care, but guess what? That's not gonna be our end.
On August 4th, 2021, a YouTuber named Sergeant Bulldog 6508 would upload an ominous video. His real name is Sean Rowe, and throughout the video, he describes a murky situation involving his wife, Jenny, who had just been taken by the state government earlier that night. He claims she was jam and grabbed by law enforcement at 3 a.m. while returning home from work.
Somebody literally did a jam and grab on my wife and then fabricated charges working for the Richland County Sheriff's Department. My wife is still missing, you motherfuckers. Yeah, so I absolutely fucking trample every single one of you bitches who had a part in this, who literally grabbed my fucking wife at 3 in the morning. Yeah, I got the voicemail, you motherfucker.
In the video, Sean oscillates between seething rage, spiritual reflection, and desperate appeals for help. But the most disturbing thing I found about this video is that Sean claims that he and his wife were being targeted not just by what he calls corrupt police, but by a specific person he believed was conspiring against him.
Because this has been going on for years against her. And it's all because of you, Chad. Yeah, we fucking know. You still literally stalking, harassing, trying to destroy us. And we got all kinds of fucking proof. Yeah, I got no fucking problem going out in a blaze of glory. They want to fucking come get me here on private property, trespass, when I ain't doing shit. But you all about to see. Keep watching, everybody. Everybody's about to see what's about to happen.
Police officers are on administrative leave tonight for shooting and killing a suspect during an armed standoff. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says deputies served a felony arrest.
This would be the last video Sean would ever post on his channel, because only a few hours after posting this video, Sean would tragically lose his life.
It shows the man on a deck at the home.
But this is where things take a truly bizarre turn, because I found comments still being made by him on his channel after his death. And the deeper I looked into Sean's YouTube channel, the more unsettling things became. Coincidences that felt deliberate, cryptic accounts that seemed to target Sean and his family, deleted videos, and a shadowy trail that twisted the narrative into something far darker than I ever imagined. These are my findings of Sean Rowe's death. Sean Rowe was born on January 3rd, 1983, in Greenville, South Carolina. Later moving to Lima, Ohio, Sean graduated from Alita High School in 2000 and immediately joined the military just shy of his 18th birthday. There, he would study as an engineering and technology specialist, serving in the Army for over 8 years until he was honorably discharged in 2010 after being diagnosed with PTSD. Unfortunately, abuse and negligence runs rampant in the military, and Sean was no exception to this experience. As a result, Sean went into a deep depression where he briefly contemplated suicide and eventually experienced homelessness. Because of this, Sean was deeply passionate about exposing corruption within the military, and he had even written a 121-page expose titled "The Dark Side of the Military," in which he accused the armed forces and veteran affairs of negligence, entrapment, and being solely responsible for an escalating crisis of soldiers and veterans who were homeless and took their own life. Interestingly, 2 years after writing his book, in 2015, Sean would make several appearances on the news after announcing a militia he called Veterans Against ISIS, which was described as an effort to assist Iraqi Kurdish forces in liberating their country from ISIS control.
Wanted, funds, and a few good men to deploy against ISIS.
There's definitely been strong support and numerous veterans who are seriously interested in going.
8-year military vet Sean Rowe launched this website, Veterans Against ISIS. He's recruiting vets to fight the terror group in places like Iraq, and he's asking for 4 years of military experience.
So I'll be talking with them, screening them. I don't want to just take anybody.
From kidnappings to beheadings, the violence unleashed by ISIL continues. Rowe says he's had enough.
I'm not scared of these guys. They can come for me if they want, but I'm going to take the fight to them. That's my goal. I want to take the fight to them. It's going to be very dangerous, but that's a risk that anyone who is signing up for this.
Sean seemed undeterred by the danger that awaited him there, assumedly desensitized due to his previous deployment history before his honorable discharge. Although I couldn't determine whether or not Sean actually went through with his plan, he later got into legal trouble for having the same name as another militia who eventually sued him. But eventually, Sean would go on to start a new organization called the Veteran Rehab and Refuge, which was a new system he designed to reduce veteran suicide, homelessness, and unemployment. And Sean eventually would make his vision a reality when he established VRR as an official organization alongside his girlfriend, who he referred to as his wife, Jenny Rowe, all of which he promoted on his YouTube channel, and speaking openly about his mental health struggles, hoping his honesty might offer comfort to others quietly suffering too.
So, I care about health. I'm passionate about health because I see too many people suffering because no one is educating them on the importance.
But as time went on, a darker shift took hold, and Sean grew increasingly paranoid and distressed. He spoke as though invisible forces were closing in, claiming that the police, the government, and even the people living next door to him were part of a coordinated effort against him. But at the center of his fears was one figure he mentioned over and over again: his wife's ex-husband, Chad Kohler, someone Sean believed was quietly orchestrating a campaign against them.
My wife has been falsely arrested several dozen times because her ex is Metallica's head rigger, multi-millionaire, making bank. But I mean, that's how he lost his woman. He was cheating on her. Gem of a woman, billion-dollar woman.
Sean claimed that Chad was obsessed with Jenny after their divorce and accused him of stalking her whereabouts to find out what she was up to. LOL, just got notified that our old location and number received mail and voicemail from 2 different police departments, literally trying to set us up. Me and my wife literally just got married and moved here and literally just minding our own business. The one letter was from Zanesville. That means my wife's ex is literally filing false charges trying to with us. We already knew that because we had their sheriffs trying to call us. We laugh at his pathetic attempts. But more alarmingly, Sean believed that Chad was conspiring against them to seemingly get revenge on Jenny, claiming that he was making false police reports to entrap them.
He co-opted police, literally set her up, literally co-opted police to entrap her, had her falsely arrested nearly several dozen times, a single bomb at the time, just trying to get by and see her son. She wasn't even really trying hard. I mean, just trying to see her son on the days that it had been arranged. He would entrap her, set her up, get her arrested.
Interestingly, you can see plenty of deleted comments from Chad on Sean's YouTube channel, apparent in replies to his deleted comments, seemingly criticizing Sean. You're that petty to tell a person what they can do on their own property? Damn, I'm surprised you're still hanging around trying to justify premeditated murder. Seriously, you do know a bunch of body cam footage and audio has been policed publicly, right? LOL, best go listen and watch that stuff before gobbling any more of that blue line. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of this, but I grew more suspicious as Jenny's mother seemed to back this theory, labeling Jenny's ex-husband as controlling, saying that if he couldn't have her, nobody could.
How bad was the other marriage?
The problem with the other marriage is he was very controlling.
Okay.
And since they've been divorced, he will not leave her alone. He does not, if he can't have her, nobody can, because she walked away.
She also claimed Jenny was set up when her ex-husband asked her to drop something off, and when she arrived, Chad called the police on her, saying he was scared for his life, which Jenny's mom claims was a setup.
But, for instance, he called her up when she lived in Zanesville, and he said, do you have X and X and X picture? And she said, yeah, I have those pictures. And he said, can you drop them off? And so she drove over there to his house to drop them off, and he screamed inside, we're afraid, I'm locking Brody in the house, I'm calling the cops. And before she knew it, then all the police were surrounding her. She had gone hiking on the Appalachian Trail and had her pot pipe in the truck, so now she's picked up, truck is impounded for drug paraphernalia. So he could push her buttons, and he could set her up, and he has done that time after time.
But whether it was Chad, the government, or the neighbors, Sean certainly made clear that he felt that everyone was closing in on him and his wife, and in some time, some of those fears would slip out of his mind and harden into a harsh reality.
You may also qualify for an enlistment bonus of up to $20,000. Ready to wear this uniform? Call now or log on to GoArmy.com for more information. Find out how the Army can
bring out the best of what's inside you.
On July 4th, a neighbor reported the sound of an argument and gunfire coming from Sean and Jenny's home.
County Dispatch. Okay, tell me exactly what
I
happened.
I was laying on my couch and I heard a puppy screaming, so I went out on my deck, and the neighbors were running down their driveway, arguing and yelling. Then they went back towards the house with the puppies, but one of them must have not come in because they've been walking around looking for a puppy, looking like he's cussing and mad that he's going to beat the dog's ass, and she's just walking around being quiet looking for the puppy. And then I came back in the house because it seemed like they went back in the house, and I heard him scream and shoot the gun. And now nobody's outside, and I feel like he's consuming alcohol, and he's shooting the gun again, and it's not a good situation.
When officers responded for a welfare check, Sean refused to cooperate, tense and guarded.
Okay, update. Time for update. We have just informed, there's two of us here. We own the property. We've informed them that everyone here is okay. You saw the video. But they're still confused for some reason, like dumbasses. They gotta go debate among themselves what they're gonna do, like fucking retards.
I think you're a little bit wacko. You're out of touch.
And what are you gonna do now?
Well, I think we need to take this.
You wanna get your shit straight? I haven't done shit in trespass. So I have every fucking right to be innocent.
Well, I think you're a little bit incoherent right now, aren't you? Okay.
Y'all leaving now?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not having my sheriff stand out here and her going in the house.
The attempts to negotiate with Sean were ineffective. The officer here can be seen calling Sean a wacko, telling him they're not leaving just before smiling to the camera and talking with the officers behind him. It's also important to note that the officer mutes his body cam and unmutes once their conversation ends.
You want to leave or you want to get? I want it. You used to go on the SWAT team once, you roll up there.
This will be a recurring trend of officers' inability to effectively address mental illness and diffuse escalating situations with Sean. However, Jenny waved to them from the balcony, assuring she was okay, smoothing over the encounter and keeping the situation from erupting into something worse.
She's recording. She's obviously not being a hostage. Unarmed female just came to the deck. She's now recording us.
However, it was the first sign that things were beginning to fracture, but the calls didn't stop there, because in the days that followed, police were summoned to the Rowe residence again and again. Reports ranged from noise disturbances to claims of Sean wandering outside naked, making threats towards his neighbors, and the repeated sound of gunfire echoing throughout the property.
This guy's name is Sean Rowe, R-O-W-E. He's walking around naked, and last week, I guess, He had a standoff with sheriff's departments for about 2 hours. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
This guy's a nutbag. I want to make a complaint. We got some crazy kook on Peterson Road that's running around with no clothes on. He's playing some kind of weird cult music, and he's disturbing everybody in the neighborhood.
Is he completely naked, or is he just...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Totally. He is totally nude and playing some kind of, I don't know what it is, but he was dancing like he was doing a ritual, like a Indian ritual.
Yeah, so it's down on the Peterson Road side?
Yeah, it's right up just a couple houses where you turn on the Peterson Road. There's an A-frame there, and this guy lives in that. And he's just out of his mind right now. He's threatening to kill the neighbor. Our neighbor called and said he's come over and he's threatening to kill me. Scared to death.
Each call added another layer painted to a picture of a man unraveling, and each report pulled law enforcement a little deeper into his world. But something else occurred just 6 days before Sean's tragic passing. An event that, had it unfolded differently, might have altered the course of everything that followed. On July 30th, 2021, at 3 a.m., police units stake themselves outside Jenny's home, allegedly to serve her paperwork away from the house. And as Jenny returned home from work, police attempted to pull her over. Thinking that the police were going to pass her, Jenny kept driving. That was until one of the officers abruptly pulled in front of her, causing her to slam into his vehicle. In the police footage, officers can be seen escalating the situation by holding Jenny at gunpoint and smashing her window in right before dragging her out of the vehicle.
Get out the car! Get out of the car!
Why are you doing this?
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Why are you doing this?
Good Lord.
Sean!
Confused, Jenny can be heard asking repeatedly what she's being arrested for, and seemingly no one throughout the entire video can give her a clear answer why.
Alright, put your feet in.
I want to know what's going on
No,
before
put
I
your
do
feet in.
anything.
What is going on? You can't just kidnap people.
We're not kidnapping.
You are kidnapping me.
Put your feet in.
You
I
cannot
wanna
just take
make
people away like this. This is illegal. I need to know what is going on. What is going on? What is going on?
We're going to explain everything to you, but you need you to get in the car.
I need to know what is going on. What is going on? You can't just do this to people. This is kidnapping.
Hey, do you want to talk to her at all? She's wanting to know shit, and I don't know answers to it.
I don't have answers to it, so I'll talk to her as soon as we get out of here.
You can't just
Okay,
arrest
well,
people.
you'll figure it out. We're just going to jail right now, okay?
You can't just take people to jail for no reason.
At one point, after arresting her, the cops can be shown turning off their mics and discussing further.
Trying to get around, well then she just nudged him. It wasn't like a full-on ram, but
Okay, hang on. Let's stop right there for a second, okay? Because if we'd have been sitting down here, we'd have been fucked.
Yeah, she'd have gotten home.
She'd have gotten home.
Yeah,
and
we'd at
we'd
least
have had a hell of a fucking mess.
That's why she was calling him to have that gate. Yep.
Yeah, we'd had a hell of a mess.
No, I agree.
Do you guys
Absolutely
agree with that?
Yeah. It was terrible planning.
Yes. Oh, I turned mine off
Okay, I just want to make sure.
We're okay. So,
Well, I'm just worried about that.
Okay, so.
All right, I'm killing.
Despite this, Jenny was taken to the police station and placed in jail, and was later charged in connection with possession of a weapon found in her car with an expired registration. The morning after Jenny's arrest, Sean would post a video titled, "Watch Your Wives, Folks, Evil Times." Voicing his fury over what had happened to Jenny the night before, he describes the arrest as a jam and grab kidnapping, convinced that something far more sinister was unfolding.
It's quite amazing. Even out here in the country, 20 minutes from the city, we still got motherfuckers laying in wait, kidnapping a motherfucking wife, breaking her shit, pulling her out in the middle of the fucking night. Don't leave your wives around. Don't let them go to work. You might have a motherfucker literally kidnap her. Yeah, I'm coming for you motherfuckers. Y'all dumb as fuck. For what? We have not done shit. We trying to mind our—
As the video continues, Sean's anger deepens. He calls Jenny's arrest an act of war and warns that people were going to be killed for what had taken place.
Once I get my wife back, it's a literal war going on right now. And people are about to get killed.
The shift in his tone is unmistakable. His outrage had crossed into something much darker and volatile than before, something that felt like the beginning of a breaking point. Just about a week after Jenny's arrest, on the morning of August 4th, a new affidavit appeared in the police system. Signed and approved that same day, it authorized a felony warrant for Sean Rowe's arrest. The charge was weapons under disability, a law that makes it a criminal offense to possess firearms if past offenses legally prohibit you from doing so. Investigators believe Sean fell into the category because of an old military drug case, and they concluded he had access to guns based on neighbor reports of gunfire and footage from his own YouTube channel. The warrant went even further though. It claimed Sean was also violating a protection order filed by none other than Jenny's ex-husband, Chad Kohler, despite the fact that records show the order had never been successfully served and that the firearm in question belonged to Jenny. The contradictions didn't slow anything down though, and the warrant would be processed without hesitation, because 8 hours later, just shy of 8 days after Jenny's arrest, deputies arrived at the Peterson Road house to serve the warrant, and once again, Sean found himself surrounded by the police in his backyard. But this time was different. The month before, Jenny had been there to soothe Sean, to steady him when police surrounded their home. Now she was gone, arrested days earlier, and Sean was left alone with his fear, his anger, and his worsening mental health state. When officers ordered Sean to surrender himself outside, he refused. In the drone footage captured during the standoff, Sean appears on the balcony, speaking down to deputies carrying 2 machetes strapped across his back. The tension that had been building for weeks had finally reached its breaking point. During the standoff, Sean would post a series of now deleted YouTube videos on his channel, logging the event. In one of them, he can be seen looking out the window, airing out his frustrations against the police.
Justice for Jenny. Let my fucking wife go, you. I'm a war vet with PTSD. Yeah, I cuss. My blood pressure spikes when evil shit goes on. Yeah. My PTSD is abuse related. So yeah, like a stranger male trying to control me. Who are you? Representing an evil law that's literally harassed me. Harassed my wife for years. Well, stay tuned for updates. And welcome to the Sean and Jenny Show.
He would also claim that he had a voicemail proving her false arrest and calls Chad's name directly, seemingly in reference to him.
I got voicemail proof, folks, and I was at the gate watching it unfold because she stopped right around the corner and let them grab her at 3 in the morning. And it's all because of you, Chad. Yeah, we fucking know. God knows. Anybody who knows anything, who listens to that voicemail, can tell, like, that was a jam and grab, you motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. A fucking maneuver. Why? Because they're trying to serve us. They've been trying to serve us, that's why. And it's because of you, fucking Chad. Yeah, we fucking know, bitch. Yeah.
But Sean goes even further by saying that he would go out in a blaze of glory before surrendering himself.
I'm not fucking worried, bitch. Yeah, I was fucking made for this shit. I got no fucking problem going out in a blaze of glory. They want to fucking come get me here on private property, trespass, when I ain't doing shit.
His last video was a mysterious 3-second clip titled with 3 question marks. It appears to show Sean wheezing from tear gas, seemingly shot at him by police outside. Unfortunately, this video is now considered lost media. The last remnants of footage we have is the police drone footage that was released after his death. In the footage, Sean can be seen speaking with the negotiator on site. Little did Sean know though, the SWAT team had snuck inside his house through the back door without his knowledge while he was speaking to the negotiator outside. This is the moment where everything went horribly wrong. Because suddenly, while Sean is speaking to the negotiator, bursts of non-lethal rounds are fired at him mid-sentence. In a panic, Sean attempts to run inside his house for cover, but he is still unaware that the SWAT team had snuck inside without his knowledge, waiting for him inside. And as soon as Sean stepped through the door, Two and a half hours of negotiation ended in seconds. This obviously raises some heavy questions. Why were non-lethals fired mid-sentence of negotiations? Why did the SWAT team form a lethal position right before they were fired? Interestingly, the SWAT team later stated that they acted in self-defense, claiming Sean retreated into the house after hearing officers enter and then threatened them inside. Here was the official police report during press release. While attempting to talk with the subject, the ASORT team was able to enter the structure while the subject was on the front deck. The subject re-entered the house upon hearing the SWAT members coming in the residence and threatened the officers inside, armed with weapons. After several attempts to subdue the subject with non-lethal force, the subject was shot by 2 officers. But in the footage, we can clearly see Sean in mid-conversation with the negotiator, his last words on the balcony being, I know. Just before non-lethal rounds suddenly fire in his direction. Startled, we can clearly see Sean running inside for cover. Moving toward the doorway in panic, he is seemingly unaware that officers had already slipped inside the home. Moments later, gunfire erupts. The SWAT team would later classify the shooting as self-defense, though the images captured that day leave unsettling questions about what truly unfolded in those final seconds. Although flawed, Sean was clearly in a fragile state during the final days of his life. A veteran living with PTSD, overwhelmed, isolated, and convinced that forces beyond his control were closing in. Many viewers believe there should have been a better, safer approach to bringing him into custody, including myself. In the aftermath, a wave of speculation swept across the internet. Some viewers questioned the tactics used by officers that day, while others pointed towards inconsistencies in the footage and reports. Sean's family expressed heartbreak over how the situation unfolded, wishing that more had been done to de-escalate rather than resort to deadly force. Because just a few months earlier, the same county police had been in a similar situation, dealing with someone with mental illness during a standoff that was successfully de-escalated by reaching out to the family to calm the situation down. It's hard to understand when they had something that ended successfully, why they wouldn't use that same procedure in the same kind of situation. Even Detective Mazzy, assigned to the case, later stated that he had been sent to obtain a recording from Jenny to help calm Sean down, but by the time he returned, the SWAT team had already entered the home and the standoff had ended in gunfire. Many felt Sean was a man who needed help, not hostility. This is someone who lived right next to my grandparents' farm. I was there the night before it happened. He was screaming and blasting his music. He had a past of threatening his neighbors, but I do feel like this is just the outcome of another veteran in need of mental help, and he didn't get it. I still think about it every day, so I thought I would just put this here. I feel bad for all the parties involved. Rest in peace. But beyond the controversy and unanswered questions, Sean's story reflects a much larger crisis in the United States. Millions of veterans live with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, or other mental health struggles, yet many lack access to adequate care or support. And whether one sees his death as justified or deeply preventable, it serves as a stark reminder of how easily vulnerable veterans can slip through the cracks of the institutions meant to protect them. After Sean's death, Sean's brother spoke in the comments to explain what happened, and this revealed that he was the one posting comments after his death. But Sean's brother wasn't the only one there, because there were more deleted comments on Sean's channel where people can be seen arguing directly with a user named Chad Kohler about Sean's death, the same man Sean believed was targeting him. And although Chad's comments are now deleted, the replies to Chad remain, written after Sean could no longer defend himself.